personality to the governor's residence to join him in the celebration.
I want to thank you, and I can assure you that this confidence you have reposed in us will not be thrown away.
What it means is that when we all work together as a team, we win together. And the real winners at the end of the day are the citizens of Ondo State.
It's a clear indication that the Yoruba nation still trusts the All Progressive Congress.
However, the situation in the state capital, Akure, was a bit different as the residents took the outcome of the election with mixed feelings. While some jubilate, others, especially the traders, continue with their business transactions.
Our governor, he tried. We really thank God that Akeredolu continue to do his job.
Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu defeated the PDP candidate Iyitayo Jegede, who hails from Akure, in Akure. Olubumi Irojo, NTA News.
Now, President Muhammadu Buhari rejoices with Rotimi Akeredolu on his re-election as governor of Ondo State for another 4-year term. A statement by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says the President lauds the resounding victory of the governor at the election, noting that the votes garnered show that one good turn surely deserves another. The President thanks the people of Ondo State for keeping faith with their governor and the All Progressives Congress, APC, noting that the people know the person and party that truly serves them and have spoken in clear and unmistakable terms. President Buhari appreciates the electorate in Ondo State for comporting themselves decently and for exhibiting conduct that indicates that the country is making progress in its electoral behavior. President Buhari also gives kudos to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for organizing credible, free and fair elections, and to security agencies which ensured that orderliness was enthroned and maintained. The President also urges Governor Akeredolu to be humble and magnanimous in victory and serve the people of Ondo State even better than how he did in the first term.
Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress has also commended the people of Ondo State for coming out en masse to re-elect Rotimi Akeredolu, SAN, incumbent governor in Saturday's Ondo State governorship election. A statement by Ekini Nabina, Deputy National Publicity Secretary of APC, said, Ondo people have voted for good governance, industrialization, security, empowerment, and general welfare of the state. The statement added that APC will continue to advocate for and support safe, free, and credible elections that will guarantee that valid votes count and people's will prevail always.
And similarly, President of the Senate Ahmed Lawan has congratulated the governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, on his re-election in a statement by the Special Advisor to the President of the Senate on Media and Publicity, Ola Awoniyi. Senator Lawan also congratulated the All Progressives Congress, APC, on the victory of its candidate, describing it as a triumph well-deserved and heartwarming. The Senate President commended the people of Ondo State for their peaceful conduct at the poll, which he says demonstrated their confidence in Nigeria's democratic process, as he called other candidates to hands with the winner in working for the common good of the Ondo people.
And Plateau State Governor Simon Bako Lalong has congratulated Rotimi Akeredolu, SAN, on his re-election for another 4-year term. A statement by Director of Press and Public Affairs to the Governor of Plateau State, Dr. Makud Simon Macham, indicates that Governor Lalong, who is the Deputy Chairman of the APC Ondo Governorship Campaign Council, said the victory of Governor Akeredolu was well-deserved considering his achievements in the last 4 years. Lalong appreciates the resilience and faith of the people of Ondo State in their governor and all the All Progressives Congress, APC, which he said will not be regretted. The governor also gave credit to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for organizing credible, free and fair election and applauded security agencies for their professionalism.
And still on electoral matters, the Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room is renewing its call for a more effective enforcement of electoral laws that prohibit vote buying and other electoral offenses.
It also wants a speedy legislative action on the passage of the Electoral Offences Commission Bill. This call was made at its second interim statement on the assessment of the Ondo State governorship election. Ogochukwu Kaona reports.
The group notes with dismay the rising trend of voter inducement and calls for caution.
Vote buying has sadly become a staple in the electoral process in Nigeria. Voters we are seeing selling their votes for sums ranging from 4,000, 5,000, 7,000, depending on the political party or location.
Tell voters, if your vote was not valuable, then somebody will be offering you 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 naira for it.
It observes that although there were instances of card reader failure and other logistics challenges, it gives a pass mark to INEC on its reforms, which gave birth to timely commencement of polls and introduction of and use of the Z-Pad for uploading collated results at the polling centers.
Although the use of this platform is still relatively new, Situation urges INEC to continue to improve on the technology and practice in order to assure citizens of the increased transparency in our electoral system and as a tool for overseeing result collation process.
On the adherence to COVID-19 protocols.
No face mask, no voting directive was observed to have been breached in some instances.
It concludes that the security architecture on ground was good, as the tense political environment and threats of violence that preceded the election were professionally handled.
Now, activities lined up to celebrate Nigeria's 60th independence anniversary continued with the fashion exhibition in Lagos.
Correspondent Anthony Forson reports that the exhibition was declared open by the Information and Culture Minister, Lai Mohammed.
Tagged Nigeria's Journey, Cycle of Fashion has on display Nigeria's fashion history dating back more than 100 years. Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed, while declaring the exhibition open, said the country's fashion sector is a huge revenue earner.
While we continue to focus on music and film, we tend to ignore or underrate the fashion industry. I guess this is because of the lack of adequate information about the industry. That is about to change now.
On the need for private sector participation in showcasing Nigeria's history, the managing director of EcoBank, Patrick Akinwuta, said now is the time.
We believe strongly, therefore, that we will not lose our culture. We would rather get to learn it much better, get to appreciate it much better, and actually showcase it much better.
So we need to partner with the private sector, and this is one of the things we are doing. In the coming months and years, we are going to reach out to many private sectors.
Founder and Managing Director of Terra Culture, host of the exhibition, Bolanle Austin Peters, said the exhibition is a deliberate attempt at promoting Nigeria's indigenous fashion.
In addition to this, we do believe that public-private partnership is very critical. We are able to reach certain people that government might not be able to reach, and government is able to reach people that we are not able to reach oftentimes. So it's important that to further the narrative about Nigeria, we all need to work together. Terra culture cannot stand alone, the museums cannot stand alone, the galleries cannot stand alone any longer.
The exhibition has 6 phases and will run through the course of the 60th anniversary celebration, and it is open to the general public. In Lagos, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
Now, this is the news at 10 live on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. We'll take our first break now, but we'll be back with more stories.
Education stakeholders advocate capacity building in Nigeria's education system.
We have no doubt that what we're presenting to the next institutions are students that are out there.
Thanks for being with us. Now to the update on COVID-19. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has announced 163 new cases of COVID-19 in 11 states and the FCT. These 163 new cases increases the number of confirmed cases to 60,266 in Nigeria, and Lagos has 103, Kaduna 21, Osun 8, Ondo and Oyo recorded 5 each. Ogun 3, Bayelsa and Taraba have 2 new cases, while Edo, Katsina, Plateau and the FCT have 1 case each. On the list of cases per state, Lagos remains top with 20,508 cases. Next, the FCT with 5,806 and Plateau with 3,537 total confirmed cases. As active cases nationwide reaches 7,416, 51,735 have recovered and discharged, with 1,115 passing on.
Away from health to education now, educationists and parents say priority must be given to building capacity of Nigeria's education system to help build future leaders that are committed to nation building.
And this was a submission of speakers at this year's graduation ceremony of Premier Academy held at the school's multipurpose hall in Lugbe area of Abuja. Oluseyi Adeabo has more.
It is every parent's dream to see their children fly high in all facets of life endeavors, especially academics. The bold congratulatory message and the beautifully decorated arena of the academy set the stage for this memorable occasion for both parents and students. The 11th in the series, the 2020 graduating class of Premier Academy constitutes 136 students. Management of Premier Academy says premium attention has always been given to building and nurturing pupils in all areas of the formative phase of life to prepare them for the tasks ahead as the future leaders of the nation. This has yielded remarkable results as students of the institute have not only continued to record academic excellence but turned out to be good ambassadors even after graduation.
We have no doubt that what we're presenting to the next institutions are students that are out there that can withstand any academic rigor in any parts of the world.
Because of my leadership position, I've learned the ability to be able to relate to people better, resolve conflicts, and become an overall better person in general.
In the area of sports, I've greatly improved, and academically also and socially relating with people.
Uche Ajahn is the father of 3 students of the school, and he testifies to how the school remains committed to sustaining academic standard.
My first daughter graduated from here. She's in the university right now, and with that record, you must see that I'm very well satisfied to have all my children come through the institution.
Premier Academy, located in Lugbe area of Abuja, management of the school say they have remained focused on the school's mandate in spite of the prevailing circumstances brought about by coronavirus pandemic. And as the Presidential Task Force has given a go-ahead to reopening of schools, the Premier Academy, upon resumption, has since put in place necessary measures in strict compliance to COVID-19 guidelines. In Abuja, Oluseyi Adeabo, NTA News.
Attainment of the Sustainable Development Goal 5 has been hinged on gender equality and women empowerment the world over.
You are right about that. And in spite of the global statistics by the World Health Organization, which shows about 600 million girls aged between 10 and 19 possessing limitless individual potentials, the girl child continues to face challenges in many countries of the world, including Nigeria.
In this report, correspondent Basi Taibang takes a look at the untapped potential of the girl child in line with the theme of this year's celebration, My Voice, Our Equal Future.
We promise to make Nigeria proud if given the opportunities.
That is what every Nigerian child wants, the opportunity to let her voice create a future, a voice that will change the unfair and unequal treatments given to her by the society.
Believed around the world that a girl's child education ends in the kitchen, but that's not true. Women today are great leaders.
This mentality that, okay, as a girl, it's scripted that at a certain age you get married, but I won't go with that.
The need to take the girl child off the street to the classroom to give her a future in line with Goal 5 of the SDGs is another area of concern as the world marks another International Day of the Girl Child.
I feel disturbed when I see my fellow girl or student walking on this road.
The lockdown as a result of COVID-19, stakeholders say, impacted negatively on the girl child and stressed the need to put an end to some harmful traditional practices against the adolescent girl.
As girls assert their powers worldwide as change makers, there is every need for the world to support them, live free from gender-based violence.
There is a general call to action for radical, social and political change to pull down barriers of discrimination and prejudice that continue to hold the girls back. Basi Taikba, NTA News.
Now, the African First Lady's Peace Mission has called for equal opportunities and greater protection of the girl child from gender-based violence and harmful practices. The body of wives of African leaders of states and governments made the call in a goodwill message by the acting chairperson and Nigeria's First Lady, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, on the occasion of the International Day of the Girl Child 2020. In a statement signed by the Special Assistant to the President on African First Ladies Mission, Dr. Mairo Almakura, Mrs. Buhari also urged African leaders to equip every girl child with quality education and new skills that would ultimately help them to be self-reliant. The First Lady also noted that the responsibility is therefore on us as regional bodies, international development funders and partners, national governments and sub-national governments, corporate bodies, civil society organizations and non-governmental organizations, and indeed parents also, guardians, and individuals to scale up attention and resources towards supporting them to enjoy life and actualize their potentials.
And still on the International Day of the Girl Child, the attainment of the SDGs goals will be possible if the girl child is given her right to education.
Education indeed is very important. The Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Talent, said this in an event to mark the International Year of the Girl Child in Nigeria.
Basi Taikban reports that the event, which took place at Mabushi Community Square, was organized by National Center for Women Development.
Nigerian girls graciously danced with assurance for a better tomorrow, devoid of unfair and unequal treatment, in line with the theme of this year's celebration, My Voice, Our Equal Future.
Without school, we are nothing. We should avoid keeping boys in our life because we are the future mother of tomorrow.
Emphasize the importance of the girl child in nation building. She is a child today, but tomorrow she'll be the mother, and the role of a mother is very significant.
The choice to celebrate this year's Girls' Child at Mabushi, DG National Center for Women Development says, is to give the rural girls a sense of belonging.
They are the ones that really deserve to be encouraged to enroll in school. They need to be developed. Their right has to be protected.
It was time for girls' talk.
Sex is a no-go area until you are what? Married. So all of you men that are looking at me, that I'm talking, keep away from our girls.
The International Day of the Girl Child is marked on the 11th of October every year to highlight some of the challenges the girl child faces in the society and the need to support her to fulfill her rights. Basi Taikban, NTA News.
Thank you, Basi. Now, to protect the sanctity of the delicate organs in the female body, and as part of activities marking the 2020 Girl Child Day, the Youth Reformation and Awareness Center is providing basic sex information for all members of the society in a book titled The Female Diary. Onengie Fineface tells you more about this.
Discussions about the human body, especially the reproductive and sexual organs of females, are often considered a taboo in many societies in Nigeria. The Female Diary, a book by Margaret Ondo, demystifies this subject matter with thematic focus on puberty, pregnancy and sex education.
The topic on sex education is well discussed and articulated for the easy understanding of any girl child. The simple introduction and handling of the topic breaks existing taboos and difficulties.
It will give growing women the opportunity to understand themselves as women, to love their reproductive organs that make them to be called female and women.
With 114 pages, the Female Diary also examines fertility issues and gives an exposition on the health and hygiene of female sexual organs, as well as common diseases associated with reproductive organs of women.
When a woman better understands herself, her body, everything about her, it changes the perception of who she is.
The Female Diary is launched at a time when global attention is on celebrating the girl child and her vulnerabilities in an increasingly abusive society. The book emphasizes the fact that physical maturity alone does not translate to readiness for sexual activity for the girl child. Social, mental, environmental and psychological preparedness must also come to play. In Abuja, Onengiye Fineface, NTA News.
If you're just joining us, you are watching the news at 10 on NTA News 24, reaching you live from Abuja. And still ahead after this break.
Stay with us. Now, Obong of Calabar takes on fight against quack practices in the state's health sector.
We hope that we'll have to give them the support to make sure that we eradicate this nonsense that is linked to our society.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you. In your living room, office, and everywhere, anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced,